All right, fellas, here we go. Game of the week.
Richlands, number 5, at number 1 Ridgeview. And I said at the beginning of the year, you do not want to play them in the playoffs.
What's going to be a good one?
Ridgeview's number 1 in their poll, or are you talking about?
No, they're number
okay.
1 right
Number
here.
1 seed.
in
I got
seed.
you. Okay, I got you.
So,
Who you got?
You want to save yours for last?
I will save mine
We'll break
for
the
last.
tie here. We're going to start down here on the end of the table.
Well, now I'll tell you, I had to.
up close and personal.
I was up close and personal with them twice this year. Ridgeview's an awful good football team. They are an awful good football team. Very balanced, got multiple weapons, and their defense is pretty stingy. The middle linebacker, the Sproles kid, is a very good football player. Up front, they're good. I think it would be hard not to pick the Ridgeview Wolfpack on this one because they are a very good football team this year.
Hey, I will mention something about that. You said you've seen them twice. Big difference second time around than it was first time.
It was.
Y'all played much better.
We did. We grew up a lot, but now they're awful good. They are an awful good football team. You know, I expect them to probably go deep in the playoffs because they are a very good football team. And Coach Mullins does a great job. His whole staff does.
Coach Mullins, great coach, great coach.
So I'm up, huh?
Yep.
Guys, I think, we was talking about earlier, nobody wants to play Richlands in the playoffs. They're well coached, they're going to be ready, they're battle tested. I wouldn't want to face Greg Mance in the playoffs, especially in the first or second round, him being an underdog. And they're playing with a heavy heart right now with, Devin Johnson and, that whole community. So, they're going to be ready to play. And, but I've seen Ridgeview twice. I've watched him play Coach Owens over here twice. I've seen them on film a couple times, man. They're very balanced. They're well coached. The Atkins kid, the Sexton kids, like you said, multiple weapons. It's really hard to pick against them. They are physical. They're probably the most physical team that I've seen this year. They're nasty. I mean, they get after you. And I think they're going to give Richlands trouble up front. And I think Sexton, the speed of him. And here's what bothers me. I don't think Richlands runs the ball well. And I think to go this deep in the playoffs and beat a team like Ridgeview, you have to run the ball well. And I'm going with Coach Rick Mullins and the Wolfpack to do it over there on Rose Ridge, and I'm going to stop at the Comptons and get some of that wolf cream that y'all talking about.
All right, well, it's up down to me here. It's not a cut and dry decision, just like you guys are talking here. I agree with you. You got to be able to run the football when you get in the playoffs. I think Richlands, prefers probably to pass the ball, and as stingy as Ridgeview's defense is, I think that's going to be the difference. But the difference as far as Richlands struggling last week, put up a red flag for me. Not taking anything away from Grayson, but I think that's going to be an indicator of what's going to come. I think the big difference is going to be Sexton and Atkins, and I'm going to go with the Wolfpack.
Mm-hmm.
You said it awful quiet, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Wolfpack. Okay, and you'll see me over. I'm gonna get some wolf cream too. So here we go. I wonder how this pick will go.
Oh, he's on the spot. He's about the Wolfpack hammer.
Hey boys, I am a Wolfpack fan.
Oh, we know how that's going.
I'm a Wolfpack fan.
But
Coach Mullins is one heck of a coach. Has a great coaching staff. Has great players. I mean, anybody would want to coach Ridgeview's team and be
this
in
is
this
called
spot.
the flowery buildup.
And but what steps out to me, or what I'm thinking of, is what game did Ridgeview lose? Who'd they lose to? Abington.
Oh, the Abington, yeah.
Abington threw the football. I understand you all said that, and you know that if they beat Abington, I'm all over Ridgeview. Bar none, they're gonna win the ball.
We just sat here and talked about they got hosed on 2 calls, though.
They did. But Richlands can throw and a little bit better offensively than Abington. I feel like. I mean, Abington's a good football team. Abington's a good football, but they didn't against Ridgeview. They had to throw to beat them.
But they had the threat of running the ball.
No, they didn't. They shut the run down. They couldn't run it, period.
Well, if Ridgeview is suspect on any,
That's right.
It's a suspect, it probably is.
It's throwing.
It's
And
gonna pass
Mance will
defense.
find that way. And you know, both defenses are good. I'm looking at 13-12.
You don't think Rick Mullins is over there getting down with
100% he
with
is.
Sproles
But
and
then
Sexton and
but he coached that Abington game just like he's gonna coach this playoff game. I feel like,
He
well,
did
boy,
the
it's gonna be
same way.
gas.
He
I'm
did it the same way.
looking at 14-13, 14-12, something around that. And guys, I said it from day one.
Man, you are coming to the show next week.
You don't wanna
if
play.
Richlands wins, cause Krieger
You-
is gonna get, he's got a
You
massage
don't,
away.
you don't,
We got Marvin Gaye queued up
Guys.
and we're ready to go.
guys, I said it from day one. You don't wanna play this
Oh, I
bunch in the
agree.
playoffs.
I agree.
You don't want to play it in the playoffs, but they are, and they are playing the number one team,
You made a good
Ridgeview.
argument. You made a good argument. You actually put a couple of doubts in my mind.
So,
But I'm still going with the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack.
You put some doubts in my mind.
no, guys, I'm going with the Blue Tornadoes to win a close one like last week. Defensively, they're going to give themselves a chance, and they're going to hit a couple passes, and they're going to win the football game in the fourth quarter. I'm going to go with the Blue Tornadoes. Not like I said, guys. I'm not bad. I'm not throwing off on Ridgeview. Boys, they can easily win this game. Easy, but I feel.
Richlands does have a good defense.
Yes.
Their defense is good. But I think Sexton and Atkins is gonna pound the ball in the fourth quarter and bring it home. The Jimmies and the Joes.
I think,
They got
well,
more Jimmies
I
and
agree.
Joes than Richlands.
They do, but here's what's gonna happen. I think.
So you said Manson's gonna outcoach Mo?
No. I'm not
Don't be
saying
scared,
that. I'm
man.
not. Boys, both of them's coaching. Both of them's won state championships. I'm just going, if Richlands shuts down that run, which they can,
They're
both of
capable.
them, they can shut both of them down,
Right.
and make Ridgeview throw, that's something they don't wanna do. I'm not saying it could happen, but it's a possibility, and I'm gonna go with the Blue
They said that
Tornadoes.
James Colley stepped on campus this week and inserted some stuff going on over there.
Well, now I'm gonna have to go rethink this
Brought
now.
3 gravels and a pop bottle cap and he
Yeah,
laid it right
drew
down there
some
and
up.
drew it up. I heard about that.
Well, guys, I'm going with the Blue Tornadoes. I've been with them and Ridgeview all year, and I said
No,
you
you
didn't
can't
want
be with
to.
both of them this week now.
We
I'm not. I picked. I'm gonna go
The
with the Blue.
Wolfpack.
We
Blue
have
Tornadoes.
separated the wheat from the chaff.
The
So
big R, boys. The big R. And you know, guys, whoever wins this game, or if you, both of you want to do, even if you lose, Coach Mullins, Coach Mance, please come to the show next week. We'll be more than glad to have you on this
yeah,
show.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we got one more game we didn't mention there.
Absolutely. Patrick
This is a
Henry.
big one. Hey, Jimbo and Coach Palmer.
Two veteran coaches going at it. Revenge.
And boys, you get that ticket
rematch.
to play Chilhowie.
But you know, both of them wanting that ticket. Everybody wants that ticket. You know, at this time of year, you don't care who you're playing, you want to be playing the next round.
Well, you got 9-1 versus 8-2. Is that right?
9-1, 8-2. I'm
Is
looking
that what
at a picture
Jimbo-
of old Jimbo right there. Both these guys been coaching at small schools their entire career. And now here they are in a big game, and the winner gets the ultimate prize here. They get to play.
But
They both done played them in the regular season.
Oh, they get to go
have
back.
that man in jail. Which, boys, Patrick Henry did play him closer.
Yeah.
But can you go by stuff like that?
You never know what the playoff.
I think with Jimbo Adams and Burton, you look at it on paper and you say, all right, based on what you're talking about, PH should win the game. But at the same time, Coach Adams has so much experience in games like his. Not taking nothing away from Coach Palmer, but Coach Adams has been, he's been in 5 state championships. The preparation at this level, the experience that he has is he's going to be more prepared. I just don't think they have what it takes to slow him down.
I agree. I mean, well, they did, Jimbo, they played Grundy, gave up a lot of rushing yards against Grundy. They gave up a couple big games rushing wise, still won the game, and you got to run him back, Brown at Patrick Henry. I think Brown's going to be too much. I think that Patrick Henry can outscore him, and I think Coach Palmer and the Rebels will go on to play in the region finals.
Probably the biggest thing all three of us missed here.
And Jimbo's young too. I mean, they got a bunch of young kids.
Is the fact that the revenge factor that PH has. Burton sent them home last year in the playoffs.
They did.
So they've got that revenge factor on their mind, and I'm sure that hasn't been brought up a couple times this week during practice. So, so you're going with?
I'm going with the Rebels.
I'm going with the Rebels.
I'm going with Patrick Henry.
I'm going with Coach Palmer and the Rebels. Also, I think Brown's gonna get loose on them, and I think he just got too much. I think Patrick Henry is a little better than John Burton, just from what I've been.
More
observing.
experience,
More experience,
older.
and I'm going 42-21 PH.
You got it.
I don't know, I saw Patrick Henry on film earlier in the year, and they're an awful good football team, which I saw Burton too, they're an awful good football team too. I think that's a close one to call, they're both
It is. It's gonna
quality
be a
head
good game.
coaches, got quality programs, and I think both of them are pretty good, really good football teams.
Be a good game to go watch.
But what we all can agree on is it all ends
For the winner.
next week. For
Boys, you never say never, but it sure does look like that.
We gonna eat some crow when somebody doesn't want one.
let them do it, boys. It is what it is. Nobody's done it yet. They ain't come 25 points.
They sent me home last
They-
year.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for show this evening. Do want to remind everybody, next week we're going to recognize our Player of the Year, and you can catch the show on YouTube or on Facebook or on podcast next week. We will not be on the radio next week on MJD, so you will be able to catch the show in one of those other formats.
Unless somebody gives us some money.
Yeah, somebody hands us over some money. But you'll be able to catch that, and we'll, show will be a little bit longer next week. We're gonna have a little bit of fun and give away a few, not a giveaway, but, recognize a few awards that we're gonna come up with and recognize here during the show, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Until next time, we're pretty much done.
Coach Test.
Coach Moore,
Coach Krieger.
practice is this week.
Takes the snap, short drop.